Welcome to the Realm. I'm Scotty Shumble from Sports Realm, here with my two co-hosts, Max DeCoot and Severin Mole, and we are back at it with the live streams for you guys. This is a Sports Realm podcast, and today we're going to be giving you some live coverage and just be talking about the College Football Championship weekend that's happening right now, and a few big games today that determine its implications on who's going to make the top four. And we already saw Oklahoma State. They're sitting there at 5. They're out of it now with their loss today. So we're just going to run through a few of the games that are going right now. So the first game we're talking about today is Alabama and Georgia. Third quarter just finished right now. And Alabama's up 31-17. So what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, we know what Bama's offense was last year. And, yes, they have a lot of new weapons this year, completely new weapons. But, again, it is Alabama. And I'm not going to lie, I would have thought Georgia would win this game just because they've been so dominant and basically so disciplined and so effective, which their defense is letting anything up. I knew if they went down, it'd be hard for them to come back, and we're seeing that come into full effect. They don't know how to play from behind because they haven't had to all season. And, yeah, Bryce Young is unleashed. Jameson Williams, wide receiver U is showing who they are.
Yeah.
Bama's offense is just insane.
Yeah, and Bryce Young this game, incredible. 20 for 34, 358 yards right now, and he's still got a whole other quarter to go. Probably going to be over 400 yards in the game. 3 touchdowns right now. Could see 4 by the end of this game. Stetson Bennett, he's playing okay. Definitely not how he's been playing all season. Doesn't look like his normal self right now. 19 for 29, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And, they're kind of struggling right now on offense. But, Max, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, they've really been struggling to get anything done in the second half of this game. Bama's come out. And they're the Bama we've known for the last however many years.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming out. Georgia, I thought Georgia was going to put up more of a fight. I was pulling for Georgia. I still am pulling for Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
They can get some going in the fourth quarter, but right now it's not looking like that.
Yeah. I've been watching, through the first 3 quarters. Stetson Bennett, he's missing a lot of open receivers. And I feel like there's just a lot of miscommunication. Like I saw one of the tight end routes supposed to be tight end screen. He threw it out like the tight end was doing a slant. So it's like there's just a lot of miscommunications going on right now. And, you can't have any of that when you're playing a team like Alabama. So that's probably going to be the deciding factor in today's game. So with that win, that would place – assuming Alabama does win this game, that places Alabama probably at number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, Michigan number 2. And then we would have Georgia 3.
Yeah, I think Georgia still – gets ahead of Cincinnati.
Yeah, Georgia's still in it, right? Georgia's still in it, obviously, but they're ahead of Cincinnati, right?
They might even get ahead of Michigan because Georgia's only loss is the number 1 team in the country. If they get it a little bit close, I think Georgia might jump or stay in front of Michigan too.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be very close. So we can talk about another game right now: Cincinnati versus Houston. This game was close at the start, and then Cincinnati comes out third quarter. What is it, like 21 straight points, something like that, really quick. So they pretty much close this game out. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And, just like all year, they've been playing great offensively. Desmond Ridder, incredible.
Jerome Ford is going off right now. The Cincinnati running back, 16 carries, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, too.
Slashing through that defense.
No, yeah, he is.
We lost Max.
Oh, we lost Max. We'll get Max back. We'll get Max back. But yeah.
Yes, we saw Cincinnati. They had a lot of games this year where you see here over and over again that they can't keep letting it close. You can't give the committee an excuse because they will gladly take out a non-Power 5 school out. But in this last game, they absolutely blew the game open in the third quarter.
Yeah.
With up 22 points right now, it seems like, especially with Oklahoma State loss, it's inevitable. Cincinnati's finally punched their ticket and made history.
It is. But good call. Jerome Ford is incredible this game. I didn't even 16 carries, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's playing out of his mind.
That kind of shows what you see a lot of times when a Power 5 team plays a non-Power 5 team. The difference in recruiting is the run game because one team just dominates the line of scrimmage. And Cincinnati is showing they're dominating the line of scrimmage, 202 yards. You don't have to think about offense. You just keep gaining yardage without even having to think about it. And so this is why they're just dominating Houston right now.
Yeah, and we got Max DeCoot back in the stream right now. So, Max, we're talking about Cincinnati-Houston game. Yeah, can we get your thoughts on that?
I have not seen any of that game, but it looked like Cincinnati. It was looked like a good first half, and then Cincinnati just comes out guns blazing second half.
Max, how do you feel about the history of non-Power 5 team about to make the playoffs?
That is wild.
So I was talking earlier today with Severin about one of these teams that I was not feeling great about, and obviously like it might not be fair because they're not Power 5, but Cincinnati is a joke. Okay, Cincinnati's a joke when they get in here and they go in and play against Alabama.
They're not winning the no.
But the score is going to be 55-7. It's.
I want to see them. I want to see them fight.
But Cincinnati, they said we're going to schedule Notre Dame and then play nobody else. But hey, Notre Dame ended up being a good team. But Notre Dame had a bad year. Cincinnati was screwed. But Notre Dame ended up being a good team. Cincinnati, they gambled and
they did. They gambled big, and Notre Dame was not even great now. They're back at it. So I don't know, dude. It's just I really feel like it's just going to be a joke on the biggest stage of the whole year.
Yeah, it's going to be a blowout, and then people are going to be like, oh, that's why the community. Yeah, I mean, I want to see Cincinnati do some pull for the underdog, but I cannot see them.
It's not, and especially because if they stay forward, they're playing Alabama in the first game. That's just going to be brutal.
They were able to compete a little bit with Georgia last year in the bowl game. They ended up losing, but Georgia wasn't the same team they were this year. But at least they're a legit non-Power 5 team. But again, there's levels to this college football.
There is, and like that, not like you say, non-Power 5 is just. It's going to hurt them. So we got 2 games tonight, Michigan and Iowa. So assuming Michigan wins this, you guys think there's any chance Michigan chokes tonight and they lose their chance?
Iowa.
Oh, man. We got Max over it.
You're a Buckeye fan.
He is. You, Max, you still hurting from that game?
What?
You still hurting from that Ohio State loss?
Not really, but I would love for Iowa to go out and get a nice chunk of revenge for us.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can hurt Michigan's chances of.
I'm trying to see what Hassan Haskins does, bro.
Mm-hmm. I know. Okay, he's dirty, bro.
Yeah, his stats were good, but then his stats now after last week is just crazy. 1,200 yards, 18 touchdowns.
Yeah. So what do you think about? So you guys have Michigan, right? You think they'll win this?
Yeah. Their offensive line looks ridiculous, and then they have Haskins behind that. It's going to be hard to slow that down.
Yeah,
Iowa has a good defense, but I don't think the offensively they're going to be able to keep up with Michigan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Iowa's gonna win tonight, which changes everything. Just kidding. I'm not just playing. No. I'm gonna say Iowa could win because Michigan has so much more pressure. Iowa, like they obviously want to win the Big Ten championship tonight, but the pressure they have on them is nothing compared to Michigan. Michigan loses this, they're done.
Yeah, and it's like it's Jim Harbaugh's golden year because the only thing that makes it the golden year is the fact they beat Ohio State. That's really what made it his golden year. But they beat Ohio State. They got to do something now.
Exactly, and they beat Ohio State in the biggest matchup out of all the other matchups that happened.
It was snowing. That
exactly. Yeah, it's the classic, and they won it. Yeah. So that game starts at 8 p.m. So that'll be a pretty interesting game. Actually, I tossed it up though. I didn't say Michigan.
And then shout out Aiden Hutchinson, the defensive from Michigan. Well, that man popped off last week too. Yeah. Sorry, Max, but 3 sacks. That's crazy.
And then we got Pittsburgh versus Wake Forest. This is just the ACC championship game. Just kind of a, like local, North Carolina area kind of thing. But Pittsburgh, Wake Forest. I don't know. I think
Wake Forest.
Yeah, I think we're all hoping to see Wake Forest take it.
Local team.
Yeah, local team. They're projected to lose.
It's their year. They started out red hot.
Yeah,
they didn't really play anybody, but
they're projected to
still finish strong. ACC championship. That's still
that's a big deal. Especially like when you got Clemson and those teams like that. Like NC State's pretty good this year. All those teams. So I mean that'll be pretty good for them if they win that. It's ranked 15 versus 16. So predictions on that.
I'll take Wake Forest. Their quarterback, they know how to score the ball. I'll take Wake Forest.
I don't know. I'm gonna take Wake Forest because it's the home team, Max.
Yeah, I'll take Wake Forest. It should be a close game. Both teams.
It should be. It's like the money line's it's on it. Like it's gonna be right there.
Yeah, like they're strikingly.
Kenny Pickett been balling this year too. 40 touchdowns, 7 picks for the Pittsburgh quarterback.
Yeah. So like I said, I mentioned it briefly at the start. Oklahoma State lost to Baylor. Both teams, like they're 11-2 now. Both teams, and 9 versus 5. How do you feel about that game, Sarah? I know we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so it was a product of Oklahoma State's quarterback kind of had a meltdown. But the
Yeah,
reason why he had the meltdown, I will give him some slack. I mean, he still played terrible, but Jalen Warren was 1,100-yard rusher, and
hmm
they didn't tell anybody he wasn't about to play. And then he suited up, but then he didn't play the whole game. And Oklahoma State, they relied a lot on their run game, and their run game
yeah.
was absolutely non-existent. They
Shut
couldn't.
down.
There were
Yeah.
so many short yardage situations they just had no offense to prove because they just couldn't score. And 40 carries for 70 yards is not going to win you a football
No,
game.
and no, the quarterback, he was the leading rusher. Spencer Sanders, 13 carries,
Yeah,
33
yeah.
yards.
Like your run game is non-existent and your pass game is 0 touchdowns and 4 picks. I'm surprised it was this close.
No,
Shout out
no,
Oklahoma
I
State
am
for
too.
fighting that.
And like you were saying, he was struggling his first half. Then he just comes out 4 picks for the whole game. Just he didn't play.
Yeah, like they can't go to the run game with their quarterback is struggling. They just had nothing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was over and over again on first downs. They couldn't get anywhere, and then they were just working from behind. So it was just
Yeah.
Baylor. Their quarterback Blake Shapen, he looked fantastic. He started out 17 for 17, and he was absolutely balling in the first half. And then he leveled out, plateaued. Shout out Oklahoma State. They were able to get a lot of stops, but inevitably their offense had nothing going for them, and they should have never been in this game to begin with.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's
Max,
talk. Yeah, Max. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it was pretty bad, obviously, for Oklahoma State. Oregon, they did what they needed to. But Baylor, you need to see more out of them. It was kind of bad. They had their shot at the end. A little less than 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
They were on like the 2-yard line. They couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the 4th and goal stuff. That's tried being first and goal at the 1-yard line, not be able to convert. It was 2 separate possessions.
Yeah.
That's
right there.
Shout out Jalen Warren is some kind of MVP because they obviously needed him on the field to do anything.
Yeah, I know, for real. Yeah. All right, so you guys we're gonna pull up the rankings right now. Just get a quick look at all of them right here. So. Okay. So here they are, 1 through 12. Yeah, Georgia, Michigan, Cincinnati, Alabama. So if Georgia loses this game, Alabama goes 1. Georgia 2, right, Seb? What do you think?
Yeah. It depends on how Michigan plays. Michigan, like they won by like 28 or something. They might prove their spot at number 2. But yeah, the way everybody's been talking about Georgia this year, they understand what kind of offense Bama has. As long as Georgia keeps it respectable, I do think it'll be Bama, Georgia 1-2. Georgia definitely won't slide to 4 because they don't want Bama, Georgia.
No, yeah, this has this mixed up. So yeah, Alabama. So Alabama will be 3. I mean, like we'll see. So let's assume it'll be Alabama 1, Georgia 2, Michigan 3, and then Cincinnati 4. But if Michigan loses, what does that look like?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, right?
That's it.
And then we get to see first-time head coach.
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman.
Brian Kelly got his $100 million check. He bounced. He didn't care about the playoffs. I mean, he probably knew. I mean, last year he made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And got absolutely destroyed by Alabama, so he probably knew what the result was going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcus Freeman, I kind of want to see it happen. I wanted to see some shakeup, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. If Michigan wins, the top 4 stay the same.
Yeah.
But if Michigan loses, I think you got to slide in Notre Dame there. They really haven't played much, if anybody this year. But again, 11-1, you have to respect the one loss.
Yeah, you do.
Put them in.
And it's a pretty historic program. Like a lot of money behind it too. So
yeah, for sure.
Pretty solid. It's say Michigan loses, Oklahoma State's gonna be hurting just 100 times worse.
Yeah,
we know it tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna make them feel better if they were like, at least we wouldn't have made it anyways. But that's tragic. 4th and goal, season on the line.
Yeah, exactly. So, so let's check in on the Alabama Georgia game. 38-17.
Oh wow!
Bama scored again.
Pick six. Alabama pick 6. Right now, just happened. First play to start the 4th quarter.
When I said respectable, it was 31-17. It just changed. That's tough.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett started
3, but we'll see.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett starts out the 4th quarter with an interception, touchdown. Jordan Battle.
I will say Georgia is not capable of coming back from 3 touchdowns. Their offense is not back.
Well.
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I don't think they're capable. So that's going to be it. So we know how everything's going to play out and look. and it should be exciting. We're gonna talk about it, but we might have some broadcasts for you guys during the college football playoff. But we'll let you know.
Yeah,
And,
at least recaps and coverage for sure.
yeah, at least yeah. And we're gonna be pushing a lot more videos out soon too. So we're gonna be back on that big time, and then we also got like some live stuff we're gonna be trying to get to more NBA NBA videos, of course, and you know all the classics. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure you follow all of our social medias. They'll be down in the link in the description, and check out the website too, sportsrealm.us. And Max,
Sports Realm out.